Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. So today we are going to implement the identity on Swagger. I already have a project intact with me, so everything is working fine. Previously, I have done all those stuff in my previous video. So project is ready. Now we are going to implement the identity on that. So in order to do that, we have to have follow some steps. We need to install some NuGet packages. Let me show you what NuGet packages are needed. So first of all, we are going to install the Microsoft identity for for entity framework. And as far as the version is concerned, we need to create only the 8.23 version because my project is being installed on the same version. So once done, let me accept it. And after finishing it, I'm going to install the other NuGet package as well. That package is for JWT bearer, and the same version need to be selected from here as well, 8.023. So let me install it. Okay, apply, and I'm accepting it. And once finished, so it means our NuGet packages has been installed successfully. So these two packages were needed in order to implement the identity. Now in our app setting, we need to have some settings over there, and I already copied all those settings with me. So these are the settings. Mean authentication is the main, and then JWT is enabled. We need to true and false here. A security key is needed. Issue can be or the audience can be anything, and the expire on also need to be configured from here. Okay, so the next part is we need to go to the program file.cs because here we need to do some services edit. So previously I have added the add swagger here. I'm going to comment it out so that we can add it in the steps. So my first step would be the step number one. So in my step number one, I'm going to add a service. Let me add that. Dot identity. So in identity, I have intelligence software that already being picking whatever we needed, but for the sake of this implementation, we need to remove some already given code. So I'm going to add it identity user over here. Let me select the identity user, comma identity role is needed. That is what I'm also selecting it from here. And also, we need to do some more removal. Remove core is not needed there. And as far as the other stuff are concerned, we have to provide the true or false over there. Mean required digits, lowercase, uppercase, non-alphanumeric, or these type of stuff, or even the length. Also, we need to provide over there. So step number one has been completed. So now I'm going to move to the step number two. In the step number two, builder.service dot add authentication. That is also a default thing, but I will also change something over there. Options are there. It automatically be coming from there, but this option I need to change it from here. So we don't need to have bearer over there. I'm going to remove the bearer from here, and the defaults would be there. So let me select the JWT defaults. Oh, JWT defaults. Where is the okay? Here is the JWT defaults. Not the handler. Sorry. Let me remove it back. Dot, and then we need to select the authentication scheme, and same goes with the challenge scheme as well. The same thing I am going to select over there. That's it. So it has been completed, but I need to add JWT over there as well. So what I'm going to add is add JWT bearer, and going to provide some options. These are the default options, but in the options, what we have to do is we need to give the parameter for token validation. So it will validate, we will say that whether it will validate the issuer, audience, lifetime, signing key, these type of stuff need to be validated. But as far as these configuration are concerned, we need to put all those configurations which are available in app.settings. So I'm going to change it. Authentication, then the bearer is there. Let me see that. Yeah, JWT bearer, I need to put over there as well. And then the issuer. The same thing we need to do for the audience and the key as well. So the same thing I'm going to copy from here and will paste in place of JWT. And the same thing I need to do with the configuration key as well, because there we have not the key, but we have security key. So that we need to copy from here and we need to put over there so that it should be the same as that of the configuration available. So once done, so our second step also been completed, and I'm going to move to the step number 3. So step number 3, two parts had been completed. So step number 3 is for Swagger, because I commented it out on the top in the start of this video. So now I'm going to add it again, but it has something related to the token stuff. So definitely we need to provide some options over there. So let me give the options. Mhm. So there are some default options as well. So let me add them accordingly. So we are putting the security definition first. The first thing is the name, and then we will put the Open API security scheme, and then we are going to provide the schemes over there. It should have some schemes, I would say. What would be the name? It should be authorization. Then what should be the type? It should be API key. And what should be the scheme? It should be a bearer. And what should be the bearer format that we also need to provide over there? And that should be JWT. And then where it should reside, it should be in the header, so that I need to provide over there. So it is parameter location. So I'm providing it, it should be on the header side. So these are the options which are needed for Swagger to work on. And then definitely the description uh, for a user to enter. We will say that enter the bearer. This need to be added. And after that, we need to say that it should have space. And then the valid token should be provided over there. That's it. So that part has been completed. Need to put semicolon over there. Okay, let me rebuild it. Let's see what happens. Oh, we missed something. There are some bracket missing. Let's see at the top. Step number 1 is looks good. Let's move down. Step number 2, I think here we missed the bracket. Let me put the brackets over there. Yep. Yes, I think that has been done. So all the errors has gone. So it means everything looks good as far as the program file is concerned. Good. So our program file configuration has been completed. Now we are moving to the DB context here because we are using the identity. So this default DB context need to be converted to identity DB context. So I'm going to put the identity DB context, and whatever necessary packages would be using would be there. I need to provide that. So it has two parameter, one identity user, and then the role should also be there. So I'm just going to put role and the string. So that's it. So DB context is also being updated. This is necessary because we are using the identity table. So this DB context should also be updated. So everything looks good here till now because it succeedingly built. So in the database now we don't have the identity tables available. Let me refresh it. So no identity table is there. So it means what we have to do is we need to run the migration. So I'm going to open the terminal again, and in the terminal, let me add the migration over there. So I'm going to add the identity migration. It build succeeded. It successfully did that, and now the identity migration has been created. So what we have to do is need to update the database. So let me update the database as well. Build succeeded. Great. And these are the tables which it already created, and we have the migration over there. So it means everything looks good here. Let's move to the database to see. Yeah, where is okay. See whether the table has been created or not. So you can see all those identity table has been created, automatically being created because we tell in the DB context that it should use identity. So all those tables are automatically be created. So it means till now everything looks good. Whatever the code changes are needed, we have done everything. Now I have already added the controller. I'm just including them in our project so that they can be used and we can go from there onward. So in our two controllers, the one controller is user controller, in which we have given the constructor in which we are giving the configuration as well as the user, and then we have endpoint in which the user is being created, and these are the DTOs: username, email, password, and a full name. Whatever we needed, we need to provide over there, and then once the create method would be run and it will succeed, it will return the OK message with whatever the user has been created over there. So this is pretty much straightforward user controller in which we are going to use or add the user. Now let's run it to see whether it's working fine or not. Sorry. So as far as the Swagger is concerned, we have two controllers, auth and the user. Now let's see whether user controller is working fine or not. So let me curate with all the users, though there is nothing. So it will giving us the blank. There is nothing. Now I'm going to add a new user over here. So I'm just putting a dummy email, username or password here. And the password is admin@123, and then also providing the full name. Let's see whether it's work or not. Oh yes. So the user has been created. We are getting the 200, so it means our user is created. Let's see in the database. Okay, I'm just looking into ASP user table, ASP.NET user table, and let's see whether our user is created or not. So it means our all those connections are working fine. Our identity is working fine, and the user has been created. Now we can get the user on the other side auth controller. We have all those read-only things which are needed. I have already provided over there so that it should work properly. And we have the login controller action over there in which we will first search the user that is available. Then we will check the password. If that works fine, then it will generate a token. I will cover this JWT token in a separate video, but for the sake of this video, I'm just giving you the demo that how the login is working fine. So I'm just picking the username, and in our auth controller, just providing the username and the password. Let's see how it works. Great. So we are getting the error. I know why this error is coming, because user is created, but we didn't provide the user any role. So that is what that is what it is. It would not work. So I intentionally did that because user is there, but role has not been created. So for to do with the roles, I have another two controllers. Let me show you. So we have two more controllers that need to be added. One is a role controller in which we add all those role, and the other is user role in which we will assign the user with a role. So I'm now running it again. So first we will add the role. For example, I wanted to add the admin role. So in this controller, we have a create method over there in which the role is being created. We can create a role accordingly. If that is not exists, it will create in the database. So let's see. Let me run it and see whether the roles are being added or not. So the second step would be the first we need to add the role, and the second step would be according to that role we need to assign the role. So I'm just checking whether any role is available. So nothing is available, so it means controller working fine. So I'm just creating a new role, and that would be the admin role. Let me execute it, and yeah, it's working fine. So role has been created. Now, once we execute it again, so we will get that the role exists in our database. So a role has been created, but newly created users should also be provided with any role. So the second controller is user controller. This user controller has all those read-only variables available there, and then we have a assign method or endpoint which will get the username as well as the role. So first it will check the user whether that user exists, and if that user exists, then we will assign a role it accordingly. So that is what this endpoint is doing. So let's move to the Swagger again. Just picking the role name, then I'm going to assign it in the user assign. So just picking the user ID because we need the user ID as well as the role. So I'm going to assign the role. So user roles, I'm providing the user ID. And as far as the role name is concerned, because it works on only the name. So we will provide the admin name and then the user ID, and we will execute it. So once done, it will tell us that the admin role has been assigned to a particular user. Now everything has been assigned or should work as expected. So let's see whether our login works or not. Just getting the user again. Let me pick the username from here. I'm just picking the username, putting it in our login. Username and the password is admin@123. I'm just executing it. Let's see what happens. Oh, endpoint is there. Let me remove that. Now our token has been created, so it means our newly created user has been working fine with whatever the role we have provided. So thank you so much, guys. I think I have covered everything here.